What's up, y'all? We are back in the building, baby. We are back in the building. Y'all, it's so good to be back at home. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you gotta go do what you gotta do for your family, but baby, it's nothing like sleeping in your own bed. Okay. I was like, these people gonna forget what I look like. Okay. If I stay gone for too long. But listen, we are here to discuss the SWV and the Escape reality show, aka Latasha Scott and the Pips. Okay. Latasha Scott and the Pips, Latasha Scott and the Supremes, whatever you want to call it. Latasha Scott and them. Okay. Them background singers she got. Listen, before we get into that, I just want to say this. Many of you guys have been asking about the book being available on Audible. Well, baby, guess what? It's available on the Audible. Finally, it has happened to me. They have approved the Audible version of the book. You guys can go and listen to the soft, sensual voice of my girl Katrina as she give it to y'all. I'm telling you, when I listen to this woman read my book to me, I felt like somebody was reading to me by the fireplace. Okay. I was warm and cozy and all kinds of types of things like that. Now, you guys can go ahead and head on over to Audible for those of you who are interested. And for those of you who have purchased the book, thank you so much. If you would leave a review, okay? Let's leave me a review. Tell me who your favorite characters are. Tell me who you like. Tell me who you want Desiree to end up with. Tell me who the mysterious blogger is. You'll never guess, okay? You'll never guess. Now let's get down to it. Thank you, Toya. I appreciate you, boo. I appreciate you. I appreciate you. All right. So let's rate this episode on a scale of 1 to 10, shall we? On the scale of 1 to 10. What we gonna give this episode, y'all? What we gonna give this episode on a scale of 1 to 10? I'm gonna give this episode about an 8.5. I'm gonna give it about an 8.5. 8.5, I feel like, because for me, I feel like Sean Mack gave it a 10. 9. Y'all know I'm normally the Paula Abdul of the bunch. Y'all usually the Simon Cowell, okay? This time I'm the Simon Cowell and y'all the Paula Abdul. Now come on now. How we switch places like that? How we switch places? Y'all know I usually go a little like I'm usually giving you an 8 at least for giving me something to do. Okay. Let me be honest with y'all. That's how I rate these episodes. I'll be giving them an 8. If you gave me something to do, I'm gonna give you an 8. Okay. Thank you so much, California Cutie. I appreciate that. All right. So yes. Somebody asked about my sister. My sister is doing amazing. Thank you very much for your thoughts and your prayers. She is doing amazing. God is good. Surgery went well, and everything is on the mend. Okay. I did not see all of it. Somebody sent me the interview. I didn't get a chance to watch all of it because I was honestly, it was a lot going on. I'm trying to, make sure everything is good with my sister, stay on top of the news, and study. So it's a lot. Okay. So let's get into it. Right, Amber, let's talk about it. Hey, you know what? I appreciate y'all, baby. I appreciate y'all. Thank you so much. Man, Candace, speak on it. Let me tell you something. Somebody wrote in my comments, she wrote and read the book on all of them, okay? All of them. We're going to talk about it in a minute, though. We're going to talk about it. So let's get into it. Listen, Candy Speak on It was better than the episode. Low key, it was. Candy Speak on It was the 20 out of 10. You're right. You're right. I gotta go back and watch. If you don't know, y'all, Don, I'm gonna put his because Don Juan, Don Juan, I'm gonna need you, Don Juan, if you watch this video, I'm gonna actually DM you and tell you to change your name from Unapologetically, or at least to Unapologetically Don Juan on the YouTube so people can find you. Okay. Because we need to be able to see your name. That's why we don't, it pop up on mine, but it might not pop up on everybody else's. And so they need to know to look up Unapologetically in order to find Don Juan, because Don Juan be giving a lot of extra inside information as well. Okay. Filling in the gaps, you know. Thank you so much. Oh my God. Thank you so much for getting the book. I appreciate y'all so much. Y'all don't know how much that means to me. Toya, go look at the Scott's dad interview. I think I interviewed. Oh, okay. Listen, as soon as I get a good moment, I'm gonna try to dive into everything that I missed. Okay. My parents are on the way to my house right now, so we got a lot to get through. Okay. So let's talk about it. Taj and Coco start the episode working out. They have a much better relation. That's another thing that I like about this show is we get the nuts and bolts of both groups' relationships and their past relationships, right? I don't know if you guys watched that SWV and Xscape, not the SWV and Xscape show, but the SWV show from back in the day. But baby, they won't get along either. Okay. But it's much better today. And we learned that Coco was really catty, allegedly. And if she stopped talking to Taj, everybody would stop talking to Taj. The whole group of them. Yes, indeed. Y'all know I made myself a little iced coffee thing, but I think I put way more almond milk in here than coffee. Anyway, so they recapped the meeting in which Candy asked the question about who is headlining the group. Now, if you guys saw last week, SWV and Xscape say, well, not SWV on they live after the episode said that they were all in agreement before the show started that it would be co-headlining. But then Candy said, I think she said it, that in the episode, everybody mad at her, but it was her group that wanted it. So I'm like, why didn't nobody else speak up to back Candy up? I mean, Tiny kind of did, but I felt like Tasha and Tamika sat there silent as church mice. Well, maybe Latosha was getting some practice in so she can do her gospel thing. But, you know, whatever the case may be, you know, I just felt like first of all, let's talk about it like this. And I said it before, but let me say it on camera because I feel like it's different when I say it on camera. Candy is correct to a certain degree. Thank you, D. Williams, for the super chat. Thank you so much, so much, so much. Here's my thought on that. All right. When you're doing business with promoters, I'm going to tell you like this because I know. You have to ask for what you want, because Candy also emphasized in her speak on it that they were also talking about a larger tour, right? So let's say, for the sake of argument, we doing a tour together, right? And all of a sudden, it's Xscape and SWV co-headlining. The next time, and splitting the fee. So Xscape ain't gonna be making their fee or they'll be on par with SWV. So what that means is when the promoters come back to them the next time and say, "Oh, y'all want to go on tour?" Well, now we know that you will take less than what you've been telling us. So you're gonna take less now, okay? And you're not gonna headline no more. You're gonna be co-headlining with these folks because we know that you're willing to co-headline, okay? So there's that. The other thing that I think that Candy made a really good example of this, back in the 1990s, okay, when SWV was "You're the One," okay, when they was doing that, okay, when they was bebopping around the world, if the promoters had said, would you allow Xscape to have co-headline with y'all? SWV probably would have been like, Head to the no, especially Coco, because Coco has been allegedly getting paid way more than Taj and Lily. Head to the no. So when you look at it like that, okay, when you put down the facts like that, I mean, I feel like Kandi wasn't wrong to have a discussion, but everything doesn't have to be an argument, right? So the girls from SWV was like, you know, and huffing and puffing. My thought is this: if I don't like what you're saying, if I don't like what you're suggesting, we in a business meeting, what I'm going to tell you is I don't agree with that. I think that we should co-headline, and these are the reasons why. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Ain't nothing wrong with Kandi advocating for Xscape. Ain't nothing wrong with Taj, who stayed in the room, advocating for SWV. It's a discussion. And that's how you negotiate. You agree or you disagree based upon the discussion. They could have overruled Kandi, just like they did in this episode, but we'll get to that later. All right. Now let's continue to go on. In this moment, Coco and Taj are like, oh, you know, we have worked with the En Vogue. We have worked with the TLC. And they were all easy to work with. But baby, was you headlining? Was you co-headlining with TLC? Was you co-headlining with, you know, the En Vogue? That I don't know. Okay. That I don't know. All I know is what you're telling me is that there was a pleasure to work with. So, I mean, there's that. And before anybody come in the comments talking about, you know, you don't like SWV. No, actually, I prefer SWV's music over Xscape's music because I like fast, upbeat music. And SWV got the upbeat music. So don't try to make it seem like it's a favoritism type thing up in this jamboree. Because I'm being honest with y'all. I'm just being real. I mean, SWV to me, then I can get let me tell y'all something. When I used to DJ, if I wanted to get the party re-crunk, you know what I would play? That Anything remix by SWV. Oh, baby, that thing still turns the party out, okay? It still turns the party out. So that's why I am with it, you know, to be quite honest and frank with you, because they make the type of music that I felt like I could jam to. Now, I appreciate, you know, what I need from you is understand. You know, I appreciate that. Just kicking it. I appreciate that. Who can I run to? You know, all of that stuff like that. I'm just telling you, I was the SWV fan. That's what it was. Okay. Meanwhile, Coco says that Xscape could learn something from En Vogue with their little 7 million records. Coco would make for a great housewife. Would she not? Would Coco not make? Can you imagine Coco on The Real Housewives of Atlanta, baby? Now, wait. Coco would be something else, baby. That Coco would be something else on that good Real Housewives of Atlanta. Can you just imagine? Can you imagine it, baby? I can. Oh, I can imagine it. It just gives me goosebumps just thinking about it. Meanwhile, Lily is over there working on her Audible too. Hey, Lily, if you buy my audiobook, I'll buy yours. Okay. Come on, Lily. Come on, Lily, with the erotica. Okay. The many sisters, the many faces of Sister Hot Pocket, because I can't say the word on the YouTube streets, right? That's what the Audible is called. The many faces of Sister Hot Pocket. Okay, go get it if it's out. Anthony says, I was told Rocky was this is okay. Let me put the band. Anthony, let me put the banner up here. Now let me put the banner up, Anthony. Okay. Anthony says, I was told, hey Anthony, I was told, thank you for just being cool. Number one. He used Kandi's name saying she wants more money to make appearances. Promoters would allegedly send him an additional, oh Lord, oh no. Oh, so you put the alleged, I see it now. You got it covered. You got the allegedly. Lord have mercy. T alert, T alert, T alert. Thank you for that super chat, Anthony. Appreciate you. Appreciate you. Yes. I wonder if that's the tea that's going to come out in the final 2 episodes. Because I know somebody has said, y'all see these grays? Do y'all see these gray? This is what my sister, this is what dealing with my sister then gave me the grays. Psych, I'm playing. I love my sister. But y'all won't see these grays tomorrow. Anyway, moving right along. Yes, I'm gonna go download Sisterhood of the Traveling Hot Pockets and all those types of things. I'm gonna download it. Yes, I am. Okay, because I support. So actually, I think that's pretty dope. Shout out to Lily for expanding her empire. It's the many faces of Sister Hot Pocket. Anyway, Dan, the manager, comes over and he's still recovering from the mess about, you know, who gonna headline. They want to put the egos to the side, and SWV understands better how they can make the business work best for them. I guess so. If all y'all gonna do is give Coco the highest amount of money. But to be fair, if Coco was doing most of the singing, I might want most of the money too. No shade. You know, back in the day, I was in a little group. I was doing, I did all the production. I did 95% of the production, and I did a lot of the writing. I went in half for everything. I'm a dummy. Okay. That was me being dumb. Okay. But at the end of the day, sometimes you do what's best for the group, right? But if Coco was doing all the singing, what y'all think? What do y'all think? Do y'all think Coco deserved to get more money? Or do you think it should have gone equally to all three? I don't know, man, because I feel like if all these vocals are mine, y'all might be the pips. Who said it's Althea? No, it was Amber. You said this gray is cute. Oh, Lord, Amber, thank you. But listen, it's got to go, baby. It has got to go. I feel like it looked ashy on me. All right. Oh, thank you so much for ordering a hard copy of the book, baby. Thank you so much. Oh, it's out of stock? Lord have mercy. Yeah, okay, good. You got the paperback. Okay, my bad. I don't know what's going on with that. How we out of stock already? Yeah. But you know what, though? I'm going to tell y'all something. If I was the Taj or the Lily in the group, I don't have an ego like that. So for me, if I was in a group and Coco was doing most of the singing, and if I was on stage, doo-wop pop popping, I would need to be contributing in some other way. I would need to be writing. I would need to be doing something so that if anything happens, they can position her to go solo. And what I'm gonna do, I got to be somewhere in the background. So Taj, she done married her an ex-NFL player. So, I mean, not that is what carried her, because she tells us in this episode she had to go and work and answer the phones for $9 an hour. And sometimes you got to do what you got to do. Okay? Trust me. I know I done been there. All right? If you ain't, listen, I done been broke as a joke, broke, busted, and disgusted. I raise my hand and say I. So I understand it. Okay? Anyway, speaking of Taj, the mediator, she meets with Tamika, and you know, they kind of talk about different girl groups like the Spice Girls. Y'all remember how the Spice Girls used to wear like something that kind of coordinated with each of their personalities? That's what they're trying to do. So Tamika is basically taking a bigger role in the creative of whatever show this is going to be. Even though they still ain't worked out the headlining situation, it is nice to see that Taj and Tamika are able to like always be on the same page. Taj seems like the type of person I want to be friends with. Actually, so does Tamika. Like I like their dynamic because it's kind of big sis, little sis type situation. We learned that the creative role used to be more Candy's and Latashas back in the day, and Candy really goes into that on the speak on it. Okay. But like I said, they still ain't determined who headlining or co-headlining. The Hicks World, thank you so much for this. Super Chat says, based on Tiny and Candy's living arrangement, shows me that the songwriting is where the money resides. Okay, the Hicks World, that's what I'm saying. That's why I said, if I was if I was the Pips, I got to be writing. Okay, I got to be writing. I got to be writing. Period. So anyway, all the ladies meet up at Taj's condo, and listen, Taj, baby, just have somebody. You don't try to do the spread yourself, right? If you're gonna order a charcuterie board, okay, it's people out there that have that's their main business is charcuterie board. But bottom line is, when in doubt, okay, for the charcuterie board, run down to the Winn-Dixie. Run down to the Food Lion, okay? Run down to the Safeway, okay? Run down to wherever your local grocer is, and girl, get yourself a platter, because the 3 meat tray is not gonna cut it for me, and y'all know it ain't gonna cut it for Candy, because Candy like to eat. Anyway, Coco wants to dive right into the thing, and she's like, "Who headlining? Are we co-headlining? What we doing?" So everybody looking over at Candy like, "Candy, what you trying to do?" And she's like, "I'm gonna do whatever my group want to do," because basically that's what she was doing in the first place. So Latosha then speaks up and says, "We'll just do the co-headlining thing." Okay. Candy's annoyed because she's like, "Now wait a minute. It was my group that was the one that wanted to headline. Now all of a sudden, our Lord and Savior, Latocha Scott, has come in and decided that she has made the decision that we will co-headline after previously everybody had agreed in Xscape that they wanted to headline." Okay. Listen, Latosha. Woo, Latosha, you probably shouldn't have done this show. Not to kickstart your gospel career. So anyway, everybody claps, and it's a hand clap of praise for everything, And so then as soon as Tamika starts going, because they bring in Steve. Now, Steve is the creative director that works with Xscape, right? So Tamika been working with him. She got ideas for horses, rain falling from the ceiling, waterfalls, planets flying in, bringing in the sun, raising up buildings from the stage, having a lake installed, a moat, a river, a boat going through as they sing and dance, 12,000 dancers, and everybody's like, "Girl, what?" But the bottom line is, Latosha is looking real irate because that used to be her job. And so now she mad that Tamika doing it, but you can't even show up to rehearsal. You can't show up to sound check. Every time I see you with the group, you got an attitude. So why would they wait on you to be the person to start doing the creative when your interests clearly lie over in Nashville at the Motown? Motown feel is back again. Okay. So anyway, Candy basically recognizes that Latosha's looking crazy, and Candy, oh, that Candy, listen. At this point, that Candy and that Latosha, they just do not like each other. I was even shocked that they were sitting beside each other. Okay. So they then divide up the group, the both groups, basically to it's gonna be a wardrobe group, which is Tiny and somebody else, a song list group, which includes Candy, Latosha, and Coco. Now, over to the studio at Candy's Candy Factory, Coco comes with her son, and the producer's there. And Latosha arrives, and Latosha seems like she's in good spirits. She did. She really did. until they started working. And so they're trying to determine the set list. And it's real interesting because that's when you start to realize Xscape got a lot of slow songs. Now, Latasha ain't thought a lot about the set list. She ain't got much thought on what order the song's gonna be in. She ain't got no thoughts on nothing. Okay, nothing. And quite honestly, she looked like she don't want to be there. Even to the point where Coco's like, "This is uncomfortable. They got so much tension in the room. Like I don't need to be here for this." So Coco basically, Coco be like, "This is what we gonna do," and I'm out. Okay, she and her son get to getting. Now, what Candy lets us know in her speak on it is that scene was longer, and I don't know, and she don't know why they cut it because they get to going back and forth. They get to going back and forth, and she said she got to crying. Okay, she got to crying, and it was because Latasha was basically making it seem like, it was Candy's fault that her and her sister was having beef. Candy was allegedly also mean to her mama. Now, let me tell y'all something. I can't imagine Candy getting away with being mean to Miss Mama because Miss Mama don't play not nay thing, okay? Especially if your name is Tamika. So anyway, hey, new member alert, new member alert, new member alert, new member alert. All right. Oh, Toya, hey, says, I'm trying to imagine my mama listening to Tasha's gospel single. I can hear my mom saying, ain't no power in that. Woo! Taj and Tamika meet with Steve, the person that's doing the creative direction, and I told you, they want winged unicorns, and they want flying spaceships. They want waterfalls in the background. They want a tree to grow. Okay, they want people diving off of diving boards into an ocean that they done brought in, and the budget is going higher and higher. And it's like, girl, if y'all don't get up on this thing and if y'all don't get up on this stage with this LED background and keep it moving and collect your coins, because all the budget is going to go. Forget who co-headlining. All the budget's going to be going to the stage now. So Candy meets with Tell It Like It Is Don Juan, okay? And, she recaps Latasha's attitude, and she reveals that, that she has heard through Taj, the bone carrier of the show, that Tasha has a record deal or is signing a record deal with the Motown, all right? For a gospel album. It's the fact that this is a gospel album that is still sending me, okay? Because, Lord have mercy. I'm going to get to my point in a second about that. So Don Juan is like, she going to have to do the work to build a fan base in that gospel community. And she is right. I used to do PR for a well-known PR company that works in the gospel industry, okay? And it is a lot of work, okay, to build a career in the gospel arena, right? You've got to prove yourself, okay? You've got to prove yourself worthy, and you've also got to prove yourself godly. That's what they really looking for that, okay? Somebody that has an anointing when they sing, okay, the word. Am I wrong? I mean, or there's meaning behind it. And the church people you are right. They will judge you for the filth. For the filth. So you have just, it's a different way that you have to market in the gospel community. It really is. Unless, like Candy, you put out like a gospel song, right? There are plenty of artists that have put out a gospel song, right? You put out the gospel song, and yes, people can get behind it because they understand you ain't trying to break from what you actually do. You are serving up something for the Lord, okay? But now that you are going gospel in a gospel album, That's a completely different thing. And lady, you have got a lot of work to do. Okay, a lot of work to do because this show is not helping you in that regard. It's not from the simple fact that you haven't even told your group that you're doing this. And if I'm the record executives, I'm looking at you a little like, wait, they don't know that you're here? To me, that was a red flag. Now, I don't know those people from Motown, and I sure as heck probably would never get a deal there now. But I have to question, like, wait, y'all didn't have no issue with her not saying nothing? And I get it. Sometimes God wants you to move in silence. But how are you moving in silence with a bunch of cameras there? It don't make no sense to me. Misty Green. Oh, first of all, thank you, Nikita. Hey, boo. Hey, boo. Hey, boo. Hey. For those of you guys who joined the members, I do give you guys a lot of behind the scenes tea about things that I got going on, things that I'm doing. I'm trying to do them once per week or more, depending on what happened. And if you guys have questions about specific things, interviews coming up, why I do them, blah, 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 you can get it there. Thank you, Nikita. We got Miss D Green who says she gonna have to exercise Rocky up out of her life. Woo! Miss D Green, baby. Woo! Stay prayed up. Toya says, I'm trying to imagine the set in a church. Me too. Okay. Me too. You think so, man? Y'all, I don't like this gray on my face, man. I do not like it. Y'all, I'm gonna be up in there dyeing this thing jet black. Anyway, you know, Candy says every time Latasha has been approached with a record deal or about to be getting a record deal, she takes a lot less interest in Xscape. And you know, she's used to this at this point. And Don Juan tells her, y'all got to stop making somebody a priority that is making y'all an option. And he's really right. Okay? He's really right. Coco and Taj go shopping with Jalen. And basically, Taj, you know, Coco tells Taj that Jalen is trying to quit dental school and go into the music industry. And Coco is trying to warn him, like, baby, we done been through this. We know what this music industry is. Let me give you my thoughts on that. Yes, Miss Althea, I feel like the gray looks great on some people. I just don't know if it looks good on me. You know what I'm saying? I don't know, man. It don't do y'all think I should keep it? Oh Lord, oh Lord, oh Lord, man. Here we go. Okay. So, knowing what I know now in life, I feel two ways about it. One, I feel like I understand where Coco and Taj are coming from. Like, have a backup plan. Like, have a thing that can always make you money that you can always go back to, because it's not like he can't sing and go to finish his dental school work. But the other side of me says life is very short and you have to do what makes you happy. If going to dental school does not make him happy, then ultimately he's going to, it's just not going to work. However, it doesn't sound to me like dental school is the problem. It sounds to me like there is some other problem that he is dealing with, because he says he suffers, or Coco tells us he suffers from depression. So perhaps, maybe taking a short break from school to really dive deep into that depression. But also, Coco, this is my suggestion, make him go to work. Make him go to work. If you want to sing, if you want to figure out your life and you don't want to go to dental school, you are going to have to work, because this will show you, okay, what this music industry is and what it ain't, okay? Period. Because the music industry is not what it was when SWV was coming up. And just because it happened for Coco doesn't mean it's going to happen for him. Now, I'm not saying it can't, but what I will say is, if what I know in life is, what we all know, you and me, if we don't work, we don't eat. Okay? So as much as I might want to do a little doo-wop pop over here, if it ain't bringing me in no money, I got to be doing something that also brings in I got to keep doing what brings in my cash while I work on my side hustle or my side thing until my side thing pays me more than my main thing. Okay? So that has to be the lesson. So yeah, Coco, this is my thing. Allow him to take a semester or two off, right? During that semester, you got to work. I don't care where you go to work at, but you're going to have to work. You're going to have to pay some bills. You're going to have to contribute to the house. And absolutely go and sing somewhere. Go into the studio, but you're going to have to pay for it. I'm not paying for it. And, you're also going to start therapy, to start working through these issues that you have basically said that you're having mentally, okay? The depression, let's work through that. So let's take this time out of school. You're going to work on those issues. You're going to go to work and you're going to sing, okay? And when I mean sing, you're going to work with a vocal coach, okay? You're going to find yourself a vocal coach. If you are this serious to me, this is what you're going to have to do in order to prove that to me, period. Because the greats work with a vocal coach. You can sing all you want to, but if you don't have technique, you will never make it on stage. Period. Everybody thinks let's go into the stew. What you gonna do when you got to perform an hour set? That ain't easy, okay? It is not easy. People nowadays think, oh my goodness, I could just go put a song out and make it hot on TikTok. Well, what if the TikTok ban goes through? What you gonna do? What you gonna do? What is you gonna do? Okay. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like, I just want Jalen to be prepared for real life, and I want him to be successful without the aid of his mom. And I know it's possible. I think he just needs to put in the work. That's what I would tell him. Period. Okay. Xscape, aka the Pips, side note, Taj has a story too. When she got kicked out of Xscape, well, not kicked out of Xscape, but when SWV broke up, she had to go work at the phone call place the coffee phone call place and make $9 an hour. I mean, so you got to be prepared for these types of things. So you got to have some other skills, my brother, and you're gonna have to figure something out. So anyway, Xscape, aka the Pips, okay, they over there practicing. Don't nobody know what Latosha is, right? She not responding to the group chats. But because meanwhile, she's at her house, okay, about to sign her record contract. She want to get back to her roots, and she will own her own masters, which is great, okay? But he asked, well, what does this deal mean for the future for Xscape? Back over to Xscape. As they are rehearsing, who can they run to? Well, it ain't gonna be Latosha because she's running away from them. As Candy said, she's escaping from Xscape. So they finally realize she ain't coming. Shane, the road manager, says, well, listen now. She not gonna be here. Okay? She ain't gonna be here. Actually, she's not gonna be at sound check. But can one of y'all test her mic? As a matter of fact, hers will be the only mic on. Poor Shane. So I felt so bad for Shane having to deliver that news, and Candy was hot, baby. Candy was hot. And see, Tiny, I peeped your game. I peeped Tiny's game. I don't know if y'all peeped it, but I peeped it. Tiny been trying to stay in the neutral position, and they be letting Candy take the villain role. But because Tiny was like, well, what you want to do, sis? What you want to do? Smiling and smirk. That Tiny, you is not fooling me for 1 second. I see you for what you're trying to do. Tiny's like, I ain't in it. Meanwhile, she want a headline. Now, what Tiny like? Now, what you want to do with it, sis? What would you do right now? Okay, she was just waiting on Candy to say fire her. Candy didn't fall for it. Candy was like, she is treating us like we are the Supremes, like she is Gladys Knight and we are the Pips. And guess what? She is, okay? Actually, it ain't even that. She just gone, all right? She is gone. Gone, all right? Because here's the thing. She ain't ever, if she not making rehearsal, to me, you got to have a reason for not making it to rehearsal. And they ultimately decided the show will go on whether she is there or not. But that's fine because Latosha has prayed to her God. Okay. I say her God because that's all I'm gonna say. Anyway, she has prayed, and now is the time to go out on her own, and she doesn't want to have to worry about why people are late coming into the studio singing their background vocals, because she could do all the background vocals herself. She don't need the Pips no more. So she signs on that dotted line, and that's a wrap. She has got her record deal. I hope to God it's everything that she wants it to be. As Candy did say, I do hope that the woman is successful because Lord knows she is going to look crazy if she is not. Okay. But quite frankly, the way she has been carrying herself and conducting herself outside of social media, I do not know that I would want her coming to sing up in my church. Okay. Period. And that's just that on that. I don't think that, and I said it in my earlier video. Do I think that there's anything wrong with her telling her side of the story? Absolutely not. But to go and then shade the singing and vocal abilities of your group mates, I think is a complete and utter disrespectful and ungodly thing to do. And I know that no Christian is perfect, okay? I'm not saying that. And I'm not saying that you should be. But what I'm saying is that there should be an attempt to be. And from what I am seeing from her is that there seems to be very little attempt at any level of what I would aspire the person that I listen to. When I listen to my gospel music, I am listening to it in the mornings because I am wanting to be thankful for everything that God has done for me. You know, I'm listening to my Mary Mary. I'm listening to the songs from the people who I feel like are out there doing their best to try and do right. But I don't get that from Latosha. I just don't. I really don't. So again, I do hope that she is successful at what she's doing. I don't have any ill will towards her. I just don't understand how she's moving as a gospel artist, especially in this day and age. And it just seems to me like this just ain't to be. Let me actually say this. This will be better because I'm not going to judge her on her Christian journey because it's not mine to judge. What I will say is this. When Xscape was practicing without Latosha, I didn't miss her. So I would say to you, Latosha, go forth and prosper in this new endeavor because as far as Candy is concerned and her speak on it, she don't ever want to sing with that woman ever again. Okay. House of the Princess says, last night, did you hear Candy say she didn't want to sing? Yes, exactly. I think it's a wrap. I would not want to sing with her ever again either. For me. I would not want to sing with her ever again. Ever. So that is why I say that she better hope and pray that that gospel album takes off, because if it does not, I don't know what it would take for Candy to sing with her in Xscape ever again. Period. All right. All right, y'all. So listen, thank you guys for tuning in, tapping in, and being turned on to this review. I appreciate you guys so much. I have missed doing lives with y'all because y'all know I love my lives, man. I love my lives. Also, I just wanted to once again acknowledge, please go download the book on Audible. You can get it on Amazon. You can get it in ebook, paperback, hardcover, all over the world. Go download it, listen. Please leave a review. I need reviews so that I know what to give you guys more of in the next 2 to 3 books. So, yes, that is what I need, the review, so I know what you want more of. Like, is there another? I have a spin-off idea for a new character that's introduced in book 2. But do you guys want more of a particular character in book 1? I need that information. So please, please, please leave a review if you can. And with that being said, y'all know I love y'all, and I will catch y'all in the next video. So I'm Richie Skye, the author and publisher of The Wickedest Wives, Desiree's Desire, which is book 1 in a series. This book is about redemption. It's the story of a disgraced journalist who has lost everything. And now she has to rebuild her life brick by brick. And what better way to do that than to join a reality TV show? Why not? Now, not only are we talking reality TV, so you know there's gonna be scandal, you know there's gonna be a little bit of deception, backstabbing, a little romance, and why not throw in a sprinkle of murder to really round out the excitement? So I really want you guys to dive headfirst into these books. Desiree's Desire is just the first of many to come. So I'm super excited for you guys to read this, and I want to know exactly what you think. So be sure to follow, like, share, and subscribe, and stay tuned for more.